Hey everyone, welcome to my final video of 2020, my review on some bakugan that I got this year, the latter half of the year, so that's why, and giving my thoughts on what I think about Spin Master's second take on Bakugan, featuring this year's Infinity Dragonoid and a couple other Bakugan that came out this year. So let's start from the bottom and work up to the big boy, then everything else. Starting with the cores, we got two Fire Fist Reds, one with Fusion plus 8 attack, and plus 3 attack, and Fusion plus 4. Next we've got the cards, the character card, Dragonoid and Auxiliator Ultra. Got pretty high V power, but not a lot of damage. And it takes 8 energy to fuse, so that's a lot. Fusion's pretty powerful. I'm not sure anything can beat that at base, and 5 damage was still not a lot. I think I've got another guy here that does more damage on both sides, but I'll have to check again. Then we got the 3 cards that come with him. The Destroyer Baku Gear, it probably costs the most. It also does the most. I don't feel like reading them all. The Arrowless Drillers, or however you pronounce that, which is the second most, and then the cheapest of the 3, Arless Sabers. Now let's get on to the actual Bakugan itself. Alrighty, so here is the Dragonoid X Auxiliator Ultra in ball form. Overall, I say it looks pretty good. I like how it looks. Now anyway, let's pop him open. Set that cord to the side and get his horn out. So overall, yeah, he looks cool. He's got some thunder thighs, but I'm not complaining. This thing is a lot better than past Bakugan. Before this, I have a couple to show later on in the review, more to do with the big piece that can't really be played. But yeah, this guy, from what I've done playing with him myself, he doesn't usually land, and a lot of time he tosses the cores off, but yeah, I like him. I think he is a very cool. Now let's get to the big one, as he's the one I have most to talk about. So here's the big non-playable toy. He comes with 2 pieces that can become Baku Gear. I'll show those off later on the little guy and then on him. You know, he's got a little bit of articulation. You go back and forth on his legs. He's kind of limited at the arms. Can go 360, but limited by the wings. Can only go out that much, and very limited at the arms, but can go both ways. Technically doesn't have anything at the head or wings, as those are spring powered, but that's for this, which you pop a Bakugan in there and it rolls out. I'll show that later. But then you bring the head up and then the wings come out automatically. And he's got 4 holes on him, so you can load up Bakugan, so like that. I'll load up 3 that do come with this, but I do want to mention that Bakugan that aren't from the new series don't really fit. Like my personal favorite, Preus, he just slides right on through. This Dragonoid from Gundam Invaders, also very loose, doesn't fit very well. I can just put him through, but since I've only got 4 of the new guys, I'll put in this guy and then use the Gundam Invaders Dragonoid as an example of what this thing's supposed to do, because he'll actually fit in. So press this button and it throws them out. Now let's get on to the Baku Gear. Okay, so for the Dragonoid X Auxiliator, you're only supposed to use 2 pieces, which is these 2, and I'll show you how you're supposed to put them on right now. So this thing, you've got to finagle into these 2 little hole ports, and you'll know when it's right because it'll stay there. And then this thing you pop onto the magnet, and that is what I'm assuming is the what one of the cards says is the Destroyer, since it looks kind of like that. Now I'll show you what I like to do for the Destroyer because it's bigger, cooler, and overall I think it just looks a lot nicer. Now this is how I like to set him up when I've got all this stuff on. It makes him look like he's got even bigger cannons and a lot more crazy. And the best part of it all is that it uses all the bakugan gear pieces provided in the set. Therefore, it's a lot better. I'm not going to show every combination because that's going to take up too much more time, and this set isn't the only thing I have to talk about. I'll configure it to the big toy, then I'll give my thoughts on the overall set, then go on from there. Okay, I don't know if I've done it 100% correctly on this thing, but this is the gist of it. Now what you're supposed to do is find this hole on the back of his head and plug this peg in, and yeah. Now you got the big one with the Destroyer. My overall thoughts on this set is it's great for younger kids, for gameplay. I don't know, because yeah, this guy, he seems real powerful just because of his beat power, but his damage is pretty weak, so that's a give and take. I believe that's called like a Timmy card or something for things like that. This guy's kind of cool, but he's meant for younger kids. And the only reason why I got him is because I'm a big Bakugan fan, old and new. And also I really wanted that guy just because he looks cool. But yeah, if you like Bakugan and you think this looks cool, you should be able to find them at Targets. And yeah, now on to the other stuff. Okay, next we're looking at it and comparing both Dragonoid X Treaderuses, the regular version and the diamond version. I do not have that 1 in 500 version, and I doubt I'll ever get my hands on it. But those two both come with a Fire Fist and shield. I'm not going to bother looking at these because I don't care. They both come with a Dragonoid X Treaderus card. I think he's okay. And then they both come with a gate card. The regular Dragonoid X Treaderus comes with this one, and the diamond one comes with this one. Now to pop them open. Alright. Now, this guy, I like this guy. The Dragonoid X Treaderus is pretty much what put me over the edge and decided to get into the new Bakugan, even though I'm still starting out. He's what got me into new Bakugan. He won't be my favorite because my favorite is an old legacy Bakugan that I showed off earlier in the video. In fact, I'm going to grab him right now. That'll be Preus. Now, I don't have a regular base Preus in the proper Aquos colors, but Preus will and forever be my favorite. But this guy, he has the honor of being what got me into the new Bakugan. Now, he's cool, I think he's got decent B power. Let me find it. Yeah, 300, that's for both of them. Yeah, he's a mix of Pyrus and Darkus. Come on, focus, you goddamn camera. So yeah, two of the coolest types. He looks pretty cool too. But I'm gonna set this one to the side in favor of the diamond one, because I think this one looks even cooler. Like, when I heard about Diamond Bakugan and how they're rare, I wanted to hunt down this diamond guy once I found out there was a diamond of him, because I know you can't see too well on camera because I got a poo-poo camera, but this thing is gorgeous, All the paint's been swapped out for metallic paint, and even the red on his tail has been swapped out for metallic red. Like, I'm not sure if you can tell normally through this poo-poo camera, but yeah. Almost everything except for the tail, which holds the spring that pops him open, is clear plastic, which is great. The black paint up here and on his chest has been replaced with red to give him that more Pyrus feel, but he's still got the black on his forearms and the green on his head, which I'm not sure if that's a trait of the new Darkus, since the only other Darkus I have is another fusion bakugan, which I'll be showing last, but yeah. I like this guy. And the last bakugan in this video I have is Sabra X Privian. That came with this card, which I'm not a pro player, but in my personal opinion, he's pretty good. And he came with this gate card, and he comes with 2 of these DNA cores, which since these are the only DNA cores I got, I can show those off now. That's plus 2 damage, plus 500 Bs for fused, and 300 Bs plus 3 damage, so I don't know, but I think this one pretty good. Now, ball form, it looks, I'd say, elegant, because this is really nice gold paint. I forgot to mention that on this guy, but the actual gold paint is really good. Like, I've seen R-less Bakugan, I haven't gotten any yet. Like, the gold plastic on them is okay. I prefer it to be the gold plastic and this gold paint, because the gold plastic is more brown and this gold paint is a beautiful gold. But anyway, let's get off that and open this guy up. This, I think, looks great. I like the Privian head in the middle and the 5 Sabra heads, which from what I've seen on the artwork of the card, he looks like a 5-headed Nilius. I don't know what's up with that. He's got wee little arms that he can't move because it's part of the body, and little chicken legs that if you get it right, you can kind of balance him on his feet. Oh. Aha, there we go. And it's not being tugged on by that. So yeah, you can get him balanced on just his feet, but most of the time he's going to be sitting like that with both the tails, they're balancing him. But yeah, he's got, it makes, almost looks like he's got 4 wings, but these, from what I've seen on the Privian Bakugan from other videos I saw, these are probably supposed to mimic those like 2 big tails it's got. And yeah. So let's get everything brought together so I can give my final thoughts on Bakugan as a whole. Alright, so in my final thoughts, new Bakugan as a whole, it's looking great. I know it's only the 2nd year, and you know, they're still early. They're trying to get into competitive play, and I want to try and do competitive play because the game looks fun as heck. But we went from little ball boys like this to crazy big ball boys like this. And yeah, I will have to mention the increasing ball size, because I remember when I looked at Gundalian Invaders Bakugan, I'm like, god damn, these balls are massive compared to old ones like Kratos. But this guy and all the other ones are even bigger than this guy. But honestly, I'd say that's not a big problem, because of the fact of what crazy things Spin Master's been able to do with them. Like, this big piece here, I think it's better off for display, like, especially if you can get some spare new Bakugan to fill in these holes. But yeah, I'm loving it. I can't wait to get my hands on more. Next time I get a new Bakugan, I'll probably do a quick video on that and devolve my channel into a Bakugan channel. But I love Bakugan. I might just show off all my other Bakugan in another video, in another time. Probably tomorrow, because I need to charge my phone. But anyway, it's been fun having you here. If you stick all the way through, give me a comment, let me know what you think. And if you liked it, leave a like. If you disliked it, leave a dislike. Go ahead and leave a comment if you wish. And I'll see you fellas later. Yeah, before I go, I do think I could make a decent video off of all that. Anyway, see you next time. I'm going to flip this thing around at the Bakugan again.